Yes, sir. I'm back with another video, and with the second half of season 1 beginning, I see many new players are still tripping up on the basics. But imagine turning those mistakes into winning gameplay. So I'm going to share some key strategies that focus on smart hero choices, objective control, effective teamwork, and a lot more. If you want the competitive edge, these fundamentals can help you quickly level up and even outplay some pros. So with that being said, Lego. Now for new players, I know it feels overwhelming at first. Trust me, I've been there. From teamwork and positioning, it can be tough to coordinate and find the right angles when you're still learning the ropes. Or figuring out cooldowns and enemy ultimates can be confusing, and even the objective focus. Sometimes we get caught up in trying to get so many kills, we forget the bigger picture. But I'm here to help. I'm still learning too, so I've gathered key strategies to help us improve faster. That way we can grow together. Now for tip 1, we'll talk about positioning and teaming up. Avoid staggering. Group up fully after a lost fight. Don't go in alone. I see a lot of people, they die and they just rush back in thinking their team will still be there when they get back, but sometimes people just die because we lose a key player. You have to realize that if you are running, there's an indicator that tells you when your teammates are dead and how long it takes for them to come back. So please pay attention to that. Don't just run into a fight alone. All of us do it. Everybody does it. Even pro players do it sometimes. Maybe not too much, but it's a normal thing. So avoid staggering. Another thing, don't overextend. Avoid pushing alone beyond your teammate's support range. Sometimes, again, we just push too far, get a little too aggressive, and our healers can't see us, our DPS can't see us, so you can't call for heals when your healers can't even see you, and that's just the bottom line of that. All right, tip number 2, awareness and counterplay. Track enemy ultimates so you can dodge or counter them. I wouldn't say easy to counter, well not counter, but I wouldn't say it's easy to track team ultimates, but you just have to pay attention to when they use them or who is using them. And they all have their line, their go-to line that they're gonna say whenever they pop their ultimate. So it's up to you to pay attention and kind of just count how long it's gonna take for that person to get their ultimate. Now, if you see them going crazy, obviously they're going to get their ultimates faster, but if they're staggering a lot, if they're not doing much in the game, they're not going to get their ultimate fast enough. So just be prepared for that. Another thing to do in awareness and counterplay would be to avoid tunnel vision. Look beyond one target, spot other threats or opportunities. Sometimes you can get caught up in a 1v1. I know a lot of us, we like to get those 1v1s, especially against the same hero. Now I do it with Iron Man. When I see another Iron Man, I just want to go get that Iron Man because I want to be the best Iron Man on the field. But you can't do that all the time. Sometimes your team actually needs you, and that Iron Man or that Hela or that Wolverine is stopping you from doing what you need to do to help your team, which is the biggest part of the game. You need to help your team. And it's not always about the kills, and it's not always about the 1v1s and the small glories. You have to win the whole battle, and that's going at it with your team. So just be on the lookout for that. All right, tip number 3, aggressive and smart engagement. Use off angles, attack from the sides to split enemy focus. This is something that I do a lot with Penny or any other character that you use that can cut off angles a lot. I know for me with Penny, she's able to block off entire, and I mean entire side angles, which is great because you can lure people in and they'll just die automatically, which means you're taking people out of the game because they're falling for your trap. So be able to just look at those angles from where your team is and where the enemy team is and figure out how you can use that off angle to your advantage. Another thing you want to do is kite big ultimates. Back away when they waste theirs and then re-engage. So don't get into the habit of seeing the enemy use their ultimates and then another enemy player uses their ultimate, and then now you feel like to counter it, you need to pop your ultimate. It's not always like that. Sometimes you just have to just back up and let them just use their ultimate. Sometimes you can really just get out of the way of their ultimates if you are in the right position, or if you have enough cooldown to get out of there. Mostly every character has a way to just get out of a situation really quickly. So if you're paying attention, you'll be able to get out. So just keep that in mind as well. All right, another thing you want to do is body block escapes. Block fleeing enemies paths to secure your kills, or block health packs. A really good play when you're in a 1v1 or you're in a room with health packs or an enemy that you're putting the pressure on. The best thing for you to do is try to block off their exits. That way you secure that kill, because they already wasted your time by dragging you here or meeting you here. So the best thing to do is just block their exit off and make sure you get that kill for them wasting your time. And if you're near a health pack, you want to block that health pack off. Use it to your advantage. Even if you have to take a little bit of damage, use the health pack to your advantage. Block it off away from them. That's another way you block off that exit. All right, moving into tip number 4, ult management and ability usage. Don't hold your ultimates. Use them early for value. You'll build new ones faster. I see a lot of people, sometimes you want to use your ultimate at a right time, which is fair. But if you see that you can gain an advantage in a moment for your team, if you pop your ultimate, then go ahead and do it. It's trial and error. Sometimes you pop it too early, sometimes you pop it too late, sometimes it's just right on time. So you have to be able to have your game sense to where you're able to tell when and when not to pop your ultimate. Next, you want to spam cooldowns. Frequent ability usage forces a constant enemy reactions. Sometimes you want to get the enemy to react so you can catch them off guard. You have to be able to get that out of your enemy. Make them be too aggressive. That way you can counter in a way that is good for your team. Another thing I want to touch on is manage your ult economy. Don't waste extra ultimates on fights already decided. So for example, if the enemy has used 3 of their ults and you decide, hey, maybe I should use my ult too to counter their ult, it's not a good time. They're already using 3, and your team looks like they're being defeated. Hold on to your ult. Hold on to it, because at the end of the day, your team can regroup, and maybe someone is coming back with an ult. Maybe someone already has an ult. You never know. So it's best to just pay attention to when the ult should be used and when the ult should not be used. All right, tip number 5, disrupting enemy resources. Destroy enemy utility. Break walls, turrets, and totems to deny enemy advantages. These are things that you really should pay attention to. I try to kill as many unks as possible. When Loki has his lanterns up, I try to dismantle the healing. Just these things that you want to get out of your way that, pretty much stops you from getting to the enemy, or stops the enemy from being better than you. You want to pay attention to that. Another thing you want to do is watch the kill feed and sound cues. These give you insights into your team's performance and incoming threats, like ultimate announcements. These will tell you who's popping the ultimate, how many people they kill with that ultimate. It'll tell you a lot, and you need to pay attention to these things. All right, tip number 6, adaptation and flexibility. Swapping out. If you're ineffective in a match, just swap out, bro. There's nothing wrong with swapping out your character. Yes, I know you want to have that main that you go to all the time, but in this game, it's built for you to have multiple characters. You must learn multiple characters. All right, you need to know when it is to swap out. Sometimes the things that you're doing, even if you're leading the lobby in kills, that doesn't mean you're effective for your team. You're just getting a lot of kills, but for some reason they're capping at 64% and the game is almost over. All right. Another thing you want to do is limit your hero pool. Stick to 2 to 4 heroes to master their mechanics quickly, preferably 1 in each role, and then 1 for a spare. Right now I have, I believe, 6 characters that I'm working on, so maybe 3 DPS and 2 healers and then 2 tanks. But you really want to just focus on 1 in each role at a time, and then maybe a spare, because you don't want to be putting in time here with this character, time here with this character, time here with this character, and you're not really honing in skills for one character to be good enough. All right, you always want to be good with the character that you know. So don't push your limits. Just limit yourself to a certain amount of characters and then go from there. It's okay, you'll get it. All right, tip number 7, maintaining damage and pressure. Keep damage uptime. Always keep the pressure on for kills and ult charge. If you see that you can't really get any kills on your own or any side flanks, it's okay to be in the mix with your team on the front line in a good position to where you can just do damage. Pepper until you find a way to get in there and then get your kills. I can't tell you how many games where I start off and I'm like, damn, I died this time, I died this time. I've died 4 times already, and then all of a sudden I go 25 straight. You know what, it happens. You just have to get that rhythm. Find a way to get in with your character, knowing your hero. If you find a way in, you'll get it done. All you have to do is just wait. Pepper enemies. Another thing you want to do is prioritize movement. Don't just stand still in fights. You want to use circular motions while strafing left and right to keep momentum. If you just stand still, you're easy to hit. I see a lot of people do this sometimes where they're just standing there, and I'm like, this has to be a bot. It had to be a bot. But no, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. There's a lot of rumors going on like that. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about the rumors of the AI bots filling in. But yeah, you always want to keep moving, man. Just keep moving. It's going to take some time getting used to where you're tracking enemies and you want to move at the same time. But it's just going to take practice. That's what you have to do if you want to get better. Another thing you want to do is warm up your aim. Spend a few minutes in the training range with fast moving bots. You know, you don't want to just jump into matches. Personally, I use quick matches as a warm up as well. I go inside the practice and I put up a few bots and I work on my aim, preferably with someone that requires aim, like Hawkeye or pretty much any DPS or any character that has to shoot, basically. I don't use any melee characters in there, but I just want to warm up my thumbs for the aim and just get used to getting in there. And then I go into quick matches and just hang out, man. I just practice my game, you know, work on my craft in the quick matches. Not saying that the people in quick matches don't know how to play or anything, but it's just a good way for you to practice your skills, learn new heroes, and do what you need to do. So don't forget to warm up, man. Warming up is real important if you want to actually get good at the game. All right, tip number 8, gameplay mindset and self-improvement. Plan your approach. Rely on simple personal strategies in solo queue rather than overcomplicating team plays. I mean, it's just basically simple, man. Just do what you need to do. That's all you have to do. Just do the things that you practice on that you know will make your team better because you are performing at a good level. There's only 6 people on each team. Do your 1-6 and get it done. If you focus on what you can do well, it will help your team much more. Another thing you want to do is build intuition. Make quick risk-reward decisions. It's about probabilities, not certainties. You have to be able to put yourself in a position to make the best possible outcome, all right? Reflect on your mistakes. After every fight, pinpoint one thing you could have done better. Everybody could do something better. Every pro, every rookie, every veteran, every this, that, everybody can do something better after every game or everything that you do. Maybe you was working out today and you could have did one more set. You could have did something better. You know what I'm saying? It's just about pushing yourself to get there to that point. And then another thing, I know a lot of us do this. Maybe you don't do it. I could personally say that I did this or do this sometimes when I'm getting outraged and I'm getting frustrated, but don't blame teammates. Focus on your own growth. You're the common factor in every match. You personally decide how the game goes if you focus on what you can do, like I said. If you do your 1-6, you determine the outcome, all right? Just because your teammates aren't healing you as much as you want to, you got to remember they're doing other things too because they have a 1-6 to uphold. So you have to recognize that and you have to remember that. So if you're on the side by yourself, you know you need to be looking out for health packs. DPSs, this is you. You like to run off on the sides, and then sometimes we like to blame the healers, and really the healers can't even see us because we're behind so many walls, and the team is converging on us because we just put ourselves in that position. You know what I'm saying? So don't blame your teammates, man. It's not the teammates all the time. A lot of the times it's us. All right, tip number 9, consistency and practice. Record and review. Watching your replays reveals overlooked mistakes and habits. I watch a lot of my replays. Sometimes I watch them when I did something bad. Sometimes I watch them when I did something really great. You just got to go back and feel how that game felt to you, and then just go in there and say, look, let me just go watch this game real quick and just see what I did wrong. Why I did not like this situation. What was hindering me from being great at this situation or in this position. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, aim for consistent rank play. Play at least like 3 to 5 games a day. You know what I'm saying? Just go into ranked and try, or make another account. That's what I have. I first started just grinding on my account, then I was like, why am I not making another account to grind on? If you don't want to mess up your rank, of course. If you don't want to just climb through the ranks just unknowingly, practice on another one, but get in the rank system. That way you know where you stand competitively with other players. Yeah, there are going to be players that don't know what they're doing, and there are going to be players that know exactly what they're doing. So you have to be prepared. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. That's how I go, right? All right, before we get into my best strategy, drop a comment below and share an underrated tip you have for Marvel Rivals. Something that you do on the side that you know that could probably help the community, help another player. Something that you know that you do a lot that really helps you in the game. You know what I'm saying? If you want to drop that for me in the comments, bro, I'll appreciate that. All right, so my number 1 strategy is keep it fun. And the reason why I say that, I know it's one of those cliche things where your parents say it's all about the fun, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, it really is, bro. Once you get irritated, you die more, you blame your teammates, you stop cooperating. It just really takes literally the fun out of the game, and that's honestly what you're playing for, unless, you know what I'm saying, you're just die hard, I'm all about the money and I don't care about enjoying my life and I'm a Squidward. You know what I'm saying? If that's you, then, you know what I'm saying, do you. That's what you want to do. But honestly, man, the best outcome is just staying calm, positive, and enjoying the game is the secret, man. It's just the ingredient for playing smarter and winning more games. All right, so before we wrap everything up, let's quickly revisit the most crucial points so you can hit Season 1's second half at full power. All right, regroup over trickle. Always coordinate with your team instead of rushing back in alone. Objective play. Kills don't win games unless someone is securing the point or pushing the payload. Okay, see, that one there is a mistake because I forgot to mention that. You always want to pay attention to the objective. If you're not playing the objective, why are you playing the game? You're just in there just doing absolutely nothing. We're supposed to win, and to win you have to get the objective. That's the objective. All right, role flexibility. Master at least one hero in each role for adequate team comps. All right, adequate. I don't know why I put that word, but adequate team comps is what we need. All right, stay positive. Avoid the BS of blaming your teammates, blaming yourself, getting aggravated. You know what I'm saying? Just go in there, have fun, die less, and win the game. All right, and that's all I got for y'all, man. Thanks for watching. If these tips helped you, drop a like, drop a subscribe, share your own advice in the comments. Do what you want to do. It don't matter to me. Just show me some love, man, and I'm gonna just keep dropping videos for you. All right.